If you've ever considered a trip to Medellin, Colombia, then why not consider adding 1 or 2 extra days to do the East Antioquia Route, which is where I'm going to take you in this video today. It's 6 towns in one day. It's going to be crazy, but it has some of the most incredible scenery in the whole country. It's going to be crazy. My friend Daniel to pick me up at 6 o'clock, thinking, yeah, let's go catch the sunrise. Who'd have known, the sun's already up at 6 a.m. My mistake. Anyway, it's still gonna be a fun day. He's arrived. Thanks. Ready. Alright, fingers crossed. So, let's do this. I'll give directions.
Antioquia Route is a popular day trip for Medellin locals and tourists, and a really great way to escape the city and see some spectacular scenery and nature, whilst visiting some of the region's beautiful and historic colonial towns. This route will take you up into the mountains and beyond to the east of Medellin, and although you can visit all 6 towns in one day, you may wish to spread the tour over 2 days and spend a night in one of the towns, so that you'll have more time to explore each place you visit. And I'd highly recommend going by car rather than on a motorbike, like we're doing in this video today. Trust me, it'll be a lot more comfortable. Or you could also join a tour group who offer tours in both English and Spanish. More information about tours is in the description box below the video. Our first stop is the beautiful town called El Retiro, located about 32 kilometers or 20 miles from Medellin, which has a population of around 20,000 people and is surrounded by incredible nature reserves, as well as a special place we discovered by chance, which we'll show you very soon in this video. El Retiro is a great place to buy local handicrafts and souvenirs, and while you're here, why not check out the main church, town square, and the nearby markets and stores, and meet some friendly locals to learn about the history of the town.
A beautiful little town, huh?
Like we did today, I highly recommend finding a local restaurant and trying a traditional regional breakfast.
Say it again?
It's a traditional breakfast in Retiro.
Okay, cool.
So let's go.
We had arepas, which are little cornmeal cakes, with scrambled eggs and cheese served with a delicious hot chocolate.
I'm here with Daniel, who was one of my students in the last city I lived in Colombia called Villavicencio. Daniel in Spanish, Daniel in English. I say his name wrong.
Yeah.
Don't hate me. Daniel's going to tell us where we're going today.
Well, sure. Well, we want to show you the Oriente Antioqueño. It's like near from Medellin. We are going to 4 or 5 towns. We're starting in Retiro, then go to La Ceja, then La Unión, Rio Negro, San Antonio de Pereira, and then finish in San Antonio de Pereira, and then come back to Medellin. This is the trip, and I hope you enjoy.
Awesome, thank you.
As we headed to our next destination, we came across this awesome attraction, which we weren't even expecting, called Tequendamita waterfall. You'll pass it on the road when traveling from El Retiro to the next town called La Ceja, and it's definitely worth stopping at to have a look because it's really, really impressive.
out this place. This is amazing. This is a waterfall that we just passed on the way, which we didn't even know was here. But awesome place.
We continued our trip to the next destination, La Ceja, which was personally one of my favourite places we visited during the day. La Ceja is approximately 41 kilometers or 25 miles from Medellin, with a population of around 55,000 people. Traditionally, this town has been an important agricultural centre in the state of Antioquia and produces many products including plantains, coffee, various fruits and vegetables, dairy products and various types of flowers, with the majority of them being sold to the United States. I personally enjoyed wandering around the main town square and checking out the markets and local produce for sale, as well as enjoying a coffee or two in the local cafes.
What you gonna buy?
As is typical in this region, the weather is usually mild and fresh and makes for a comfortable day of exploring. It's like spring weather all year round.
We just stopped for a short coffee break in a cafe in a town called La Ceja, and the next place I'll let Daniel tell you about. What's the next stop?
The next stop is, let's go to the La Union. It's very near from here. I think the train is around 30 minutes. So I hope no start to rain, and I hope you like it.
Cool. Do you know anything about the next town that we're visiting?
No, I have never been there. So I hope the that town is so beautiful. I hope. And well, let's go to discover it.
Come and find out. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Let's go.
The third town we will be exploring is called La Union, which is a smaller agricultural town located about 53 kilometers or 32 miles from Medellin. The town is about half the size of the previous town La Ceja and has more of a rural feeling to it, but it is definitely still worth the visit. The drive there alone makes it worthwhile as you see some more incredible scenery along the way. It's a very nice place to stop over and explore for an hour or two before continuing on your journey.
So bad.
You may have noticed from every town that we've been to so far, and this is pretty common, I think, in all of Colombia, each town has a main church, and in front of it you'll find like the town square. And it seems to be the same in almost every town in the whole country. The main church, the town square, and a park usually in the center as well. And surrounding that is just general little stores, but we're now at a place called La Union. I've never been to any of these towns before, and it's actually really nice. It's really cool. It's pretty close to Medellin. We're about an hour, maybe a bit over an hour away from Medellin if we were to go back directly. But it's nice. We're really lucky. The weather is great. Having a really good day actually. It's awesome. And he hasn't crashed the motorbike even once yet. He doesn't know what I'm saying. It's probably good. I'm saying that we've made it halfway through and you haven't crashed once yet. The motorbike. You've done good. Having fun?
Yeah, so fun. I hope this town is is smaller than the other ones, but this is very beautiful. This is very traditional than the others.
Traditional,
But,
yeah.
let's go to find out.
Yeah, cool. Let's go.
Let's go. By the way, this is my helmet hair. My helmet hair is very sexy.
From La Unión to our next stop called El Carmen de Viboral, there are two roads you can take. The highly recommended but longer route, taking a sealed road, or if you're foolish like us, you can take the shorter but unsealed dirt road, which on the back of a motorbike is extremely uncomfortable and probably didn't save us much time anyway. I suggest you take the sealed road. It's a longer route, but you won't end up regretting it like we did. The next town, El Carmen de Viboral, is a lively and interesting little town about 60 kilometers or 37 miles southeast of Medellin, with a population of around 50,000 people. It's a small town which specializes in making ceramics, and apparently many of the stores will even allow tourists and visitors to observe as the ceramics and handicrafts are being made. By this time we were really hungry and looking for a place to try some local cuisine, and we found this perfect restaurant which serves local and national Colombian food.
Daniel has never eaten capers.
Daniel had a traditional chicken and vegetable soup from the Bogota region of Colombia called ajiaco. And for me, I had a vegetarian bean casserole and a vegetable and pasta dish with eggs and rice. The meals were really tasty, and I recommend this restaurant if you come to El Carmen de Viboral. It's located right near the town square and should be very easy for you to find.
Hello guys, the trip was very good, but Ben wanna tell you about history, the travel or the way to La Unión to the Carmen de Viboral. So Ben, tell the guys what happened in that trip.
There are two ways to travel from, what's it called? La Unión to
La Ceja.
what's this place called?
Carmen de Viboral.
Carmen de Viboral. One is like a normal sealed road, and the other one is a gravel road, and it is horrible. It is like bumpy, and we traveled how many kilometers? Like 20 kilometers, like 30 or 40 minutes, bumping up and down on the road, and like, oh my god, he hasn't crashed yet, and yet, touch wood.
I drive very well, you know.
He drives well. So, and then this is the second last stop. So after here, we're going to one or two more towns, two more towns which are nearby called
Rio Negro, it's near from the airport.
Rio Negro
To Medellin.
and what's the last little place?
San Antonio de Pereira.
San Antonio de Pereira, and then back to Medellin, and that's it. So we've been really lucky. It's been a good day, amazing weather, and it's been a lot of fun. No dramas really. No lost drones.
We had lucky with a down right.
Yeah, no rain at all, which is really cool. Got some really nice drone images. We're having lunch in
El Carmen de Viboral.
The restaurant.
It's typical Colombian food from this region of Colombia.
All meat.
All meat, but yeah, it's pretty amazing that in meat-eating country like Colombia, and in the countryside, that I actually found a place that has an actual vegetarian option, which is really good. So I'm lucky. It's been a good day.
Thank you.
Bye. See you next time. Stop number 5 as we're heading back in the direction of Medellin is the city of Rio Negro, a city of around 130,000 people, which is where Medellin's international airport is located. This is an interesting city, and you could easily spend half a day here or longer, and as I mentioned at the start of the video, you may want to consider spreading the tour over 2 days so you can take your time to explore the larger towns like Rio Negro. We first decided to explore the main church, which, like many churches in Colombia, was very, very beautiful inside. Next, we headed to the nearby Rio Negro Art Museum to not only view the incredible artworks, but to also learn a little about the history of Rio Negro and the region. As you enter, you'll pass some very cool cartoon art. As well as some historical artifacts. And some other modern art pieces. Personally, I enjoy learning about Colombian history, so I especially appreciated the areas dedicated to historical Colombian figures such as José María Córdoba, who was a general during the Independence War of Colombia in the early 1800s, and whom Medellin's international airport in Rio Negro is named after. I recommend including this free museum on your Rio Negro stopover. Very last stop before heading back to Medellin is the small neighborhood of Rio Negro called San Antonio de Pereira, which I recommend you make a stopover at if you have a sweet tooth, because apparently it's a neighborhood famous for its nightlife and its desserts. and I guarantee you they are delicious. That brings our East Antioquia tour to an end, and if you'd like to know more about any of the places we visited in this video, make sure to check out the links I provided in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. If you enjoyed this video, please let me know by giving it a like, subscribing, commenting and sharing. It's very, very much appreciated. And follow me on social media for more regular updates. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next video. And by the way friends, thank you so much again for supporting my channel. I've just opened 2 new stores on Redbubble and Etsy. Click the links in the description box below to receive a fantastic discount on your first purchase. Thanks again.